Alright, imagine this. You're sitting on a beach in Bali, or maybe you're sipping espresso in a Roman cafe. You're living your best life, exploring the world, but there's a nagging question in the back of your mind. How do I manage my finances back home? Specifically, you've heard whispers about Ally Bank, its awesome interest rates, and its lack of pesky fees. But you're not a U.S. citizen. So, the burning question is, can foreigners actually use Ally Bank? That's what we're diving into today. This isn't just a simple yes or no answer, folks. It's a journey into the intricate world of U.S. banking regulations, customer identification processes, and the specific policies of Ally Bank itself. We're going to peel back the layers and get to the bottom of this. Now, before we jump into Ally Bank specifically, let's establish some context. The U.S. financial system, while robust, is also quite particular. It operates under stringent regulations designed to prevent money laundering, terrorist financing, and other illicit activities. This is why banks, in general, require robust identification procedures. Think of it like a very exclusive club. They need to know exactly who you are before letting you in. When it comes to foreigners, the rules get even more complex. There are layers of regulations, including the Patriot Act, the Bank Secrecy Act, and specific guidelines issued by the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN. These regulations are designed to ensure that banks can properly verify the identity of their customers, even if they reside outside the U.S. So, what does this mean for you, the international explorer, the digital nomad, or the global citizen? It means that opening a U.S. bank account, including one with Ally Bank, is not always a straightforward process. You're not just filling out a form and clicking submit. There's a lot more to it. Now, let's zoom in on Ally Bank. What makes Ally Bank so appealing? Well, for starters, it's an online-only bank, meaning it doesn't have physical branches. This translates to lower overhead costs, which they pass on to their customers in the form of higher interest rates on savings accounts and CDs, and fewer fees. They're known for their customer-friendly approach, their easy-to-use mobile app, and their commitment to transparency. But, and this is a big but, their customer base is primarily focused on U.S. residents. They are designed for citizens and those with a verifiable U.S. address. This is a critical point. Here's the core issue. Ally Bank, like most U.S. banks, requires a Social Security number, SSN, or an Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, ITIN, to open an account. An SSN is typically only issued to U.S. citizens and permanent residents, while an ITIN is issued to non-residents who have a U.S. tax reporting obligation. If you don't have either of these, you're likely to encounter significant hurdles when trying to open an account with Ally Bank. This isn't a reflection of Ally Bank's desire to exclude foreigners. It's simply a matter of complying with federal regulations. You might be thinking, but I have a U.S. address. I have a friend's place I can use. While having a U.S. address is helpful, it's not the only requirement. Banks need to verify your identity, and a U.S. address alone doesn't suffice. They need documentation that proves your identity and your tax status. Here's where things get tricky. Even if you have an ITIN, which is possible for some non-residents, you still need to meet Ally Bank's specific requirements. They may ask for additional documentation, such as a copy of your passport, a foreign address verification, or proof of your U.S. tax obligation. The reality is that Ally Bank's primary focus is on serving U.S. residents. They don't have the infrastructure or the resources to cater to a large international customer base. This is a common situation with many online-only banks. Their efficiency and cost-effectiveness stem from their streamlined operations, which are geared towards a specific target audience. Now, let's explore some alternatives. If you're a foreigner looking for a U.S. banking solution, you might consider banks that specifically cater to international clients. Some traditional brick-and-mortar banks have international divisions that offer services to non-residents. These banks typically have more experience dealing with international regulations and can provide more tailored solutions. Another option is to explore international banks that have a presence in the U.S. These banks often have branches in multiple countries and can offer seamless cross-border banking services. They might have more flexible requirements for non-residents. Of course, there are also digital banking solutions that are designed for international users. These platforms often have simplified account opening processes and offer features like multi-currency accounts and international money transfers. However, it's crucial to carefully research these platforms and ensure they are reputable and secure. It's also important to consider your specific needs. What are you looking for in a bank account? Are you primarily interested in high interest rates, or do you need features like international money transfers? Understanding your needs will help you choose the right banking solution. Remember, the world of international banking is complex. Regulations are constantly evolving, and banks' policies can change. It's always best to contact the bank directly and inquire about their specific requirements for non-residents. So, to answer the initial question, can foreigners use Ally Bank? The answer, unfortunately, is generally no, especially if you lack an SSN or ITIN and are not a U.S. resident. While there may be rare exceptions, the vast majority of non-residents will find it challenging to open an account with Ally Bank. The good news is that there are alternative solutions available. It's just a matter of doing your research and finding the right fit for your needs. Don't be discouraged. The global financial landscape is becoming increasingly interconnected, and there are more options than ever before. It is always suggested to directly contact Ally Bank for the most up-to-date information regarding their policies. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.